Hey peeps, it's Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022, and it's time to look at some online businesses for sale. Now, if you're just finding this channel and this video, and you haven't seen any of my other online business for sale videos, let me explain to you a little bit about it. Every week, or maybe it's a little bit longer than every week, I've not been very diligent with it this summer, but every week or so, or every couple weeks, I go through, look at the online businesses that have gone up for sale over the last week, and go through and do a quick analysis on them and drop my own anecdotes and experience-based insights into these business listings. So if you're thinking about buying an online business or you're interested in getting more into online businesses, watch along here, kind of follow along as I think out loud, so to say. And I think you'll get a lot of value out of these videos. And if you like this video and you want to see more of these online business for sale analysis style videos, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That really helps me out and makes me feel good. And this week, I've got several of them pulled up here. We'll start off with this one, a software development and managed service business, but we've also got a gold panning and supply company, a direct-to-consumer and dealership aftermarket automotive parts, a hair care brand, a information and technology blog, I believe, a agriculture drop shipping business, and finally another information and technology blog type of business. So let's go back to the first one, software development, managed services, content management company, cash flowing, $998,000, almost $1 million, asking $5 million. So 5x multiple. Now, if this is a legit business here, and I believe it, it is once we get through the description, that is a pretty fair multiple for it, a 5x multiple. It's been around since 2013. It says well-established technology company with 50 plus employees, a 10-year software development company and technology solutions company based in Pittsburgh, PA, with a fully functional offshore development center in India operating at 1/3 of the cost of a comparable onshore teams in USA and Europe. So to me, this is reading like what I would think of as a mullet business. And if you haven't heard that expression, a mullet business, what it means is that the business uses US-based employees on the front end, so your account managers, your salespeople, your front-end tech support, and then the back end, it's all offshore, the people that are actually doing the nitty-gritty work. So that's how I'm reading this. They pride themselves on providing effective solutions, leveraging their experienced IT team. The company has been consistently profitable and has a stable base of short and long-term projects. The company provides information technology services, including software development, managed services, content management, and quality assurance. The company's IT service contracts, they have contracts support high growth industries, including telecom, publishing, audit compliance, and healthcare in both the US and India. Team size has grown from 28 in 2019 and reached 50 plus in 2021. The company has been consistently profitable due to a solid track record, blah, blah, blah. Earnings are growing, so you're buying a good company. This seems like this is interesting. I was going to say something else, but I read, real estate is owned in India, which can be part of the overall deal. Okay. That is a really, really, really weird line to me, and I'll explain why. First of all, this seems like a very solid software development business, and it seems like they're going after enterprise clients. They're not going after your little, mom and pop that wants to spend $100,000 on a custom CRM, and they think $100,000 is too much, and now they're really going to nitpick this thing for a year, and then at the end of it, they're not going to be happy with it and call you a scammer, right? And that happens when you're trying to do software for small businesses. They've got the enterprise clients, it seems like. And that's good. They've been around for 10 years. They've got 50 employees, all right? And that's what we can tell, and that all seems good. I guess let's kind of take a step back, or let me just inject this before I go further. I'm primarily interested in online businesses here. This one met the screen, but it says based in Pittsburgh, PA. So I don't know if as the owner-operator you're supposed to be there in Pittsburgh. Could you make this remote? They're obviously a tech company, so they certainly should have the resources and skills to make this a remote-based business. And then there's this line here about real estate is owned in India, which can be part of the overall deal. This is just incredibly weird to me for any type of software business. Because it's not uncommon to find these software development businesses where they've, got the mullet style, they've got the, US-based service and front end, and then they outsource it, but they don't actually have real estate in India. In fact, most of the time, they've never even been to India. So why does this business own real estate in India. And my intuition here is probably that this is an Indian business owner. The person that owns this is probably Indian. And, just kind of adding up some things that I see and some kind of evidence, the gentleman that has this business listed for sale, who is a business broker on Biz Buy Sell, and he is IBBA certified, so it's not like he just paid to call himself a business broker on Biz Buy Sell, is Indian, right? So that would that kind of starts adding up here when you've got an Indian business broker, and maybe he's not Indian, but he's from that part of the world, ethnically, yeah, that's what I'm looking to say. Ethnically, he's from that part of the world. They own real estate in India. That kind of tells me that whoever's behind this is Indian. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That would kind of makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Because now, does he have some kind of relationship with this offshore development team? All right, do you have that issue? Or could that be an issue? Is his relationship important to the business? The other thing too is if you're developing high-level software, I think you kind of need to have a software background. I just don't know how else to say that. Let's go on to the next one. Let me wipe off my camera real quick. All right, next one. Gold panning and supply company with subscriptions in wholesale retailers. Asking $350,000. EBITDA is also cash flow at $150,000. It's been around since 2014, so it's been around more than 5 years. One-off and subscription sales plus national retailer wholesale customers. We're a gold panning and gold nugget panning pay dirt company that specializes in precious metal ore and pay dirt, natural jewelry grade gold nuggets. I think that should be a period. We have a retail business across multiple websites, Amazon and eBay. Our wholesale business serves national retailers with gold panning supplies with annual reviews to add any new products you want. Also serves a variety of smaller stores, gift shops, museums, and gold panning attractions. We are an authorized distributor for Garrett, XP, MineLab, Estwig, PMG, and many other brands of gold pans and kits, sluice boxes, and a variety of other prospecting supplies and equipment to a variety of retailers, small and large, across the U.S. We offer a variety of fundraising programs for organizations of all sizes. We contract manufacture a bunch of our own supplies and tools with the brand right on them that sells more pay dirt and retail subscriptions on store shelves and in the field all around the country, known as a well-known brand of gold panning. Okay, we can and do private label our supplies and our pay dirt materials with our retail resellers, and the setup for which will be included in the sales. Revenue streams include from our retail website, eBay, Amazon, Etsy stores, PayPal, Stripe, Shopify, and our ever-growing monthly subscription service. Holy shit, there's a lot going on here. I don't even know where to start. I guess let's just start off with what this business does. They sell gold panning and gold nugget panning pay dirt, all right? So if you ever go through like North Carolina and Tennessee, you'll see these little roadside tourist attractions where it's like mine for gold, and they you buy a little bag and you take this little pan over to this kind of makeshift, I don't even know what you'd call it, trough, and you dump your pay dirt in there and you kind of shuffle it around and you get some rocks. Kids love it. I loved it when I was a kid. They sell that pay dirt. But like, holy shit, I'm just overwhelmed by everything they do. And then I'm going back to the gross revenue, $350,000. So they have a wholesale business that serves national retailers. They have their online business across eBay, Amazon, Etsy, PayPal, Shopify. All right, so they're on all kinds of different platforms online. They've got this wholesale business. They've also got private label supplies. And I think there's a subscription in there. I mean, when I hear this, I'm just like, holy hell, there's a lot going on here for very little. For very little revenue. Sales can include business assets, inventory, fully built out websites, plural. So there's a lot going on with their own advertising algorithms, advertising setups, accounts, analytics, tracking, conversions, and much more. Sites are responsive. Okay. Employees 1. Gosh, what do I think of this? I mean, like I said, there's just so much going on, and I think that might be the reason the one owner wants to sell, is there is just so much going on, and he's kind of like, the grass is greener on the other side. And that is the pessimistic view of this, right? Now, what's the optimistic view? Well, you've got all of this different stuff that you can do, and you can grow. Is the market for gold panning materials more than $350,000? I really don't know. I know that when you go to these little gold panning places on the side of the road in North Carolina, you get a little bag for like $20, right? What does that cost? That's the revenue coming back, and I don't know how big that market is. That would be something I would be really curious to see. Just how big of a market is this? Like, is this person damn near single-handedly exploiting the whole market? And how do these businesses, particularly the retailers on the side of the road, I mean, I think that is your big market, because let's face it, nobody's just buying gold mining, or on a retail website to have and to, use at home. That just isn't happening. But how are these retailers actually getting the material, and how are they making that decision? And it might just be, hey, this is the company that we've been buying from for years, and they deliver it on time, and we make plenty of money here. We print money with our little Mine for Gold roadside thing in Bryson City, North Carolina. I think that's a town there where they have a lot of these. And we don't care to change, right? So it could be hard to get into them. Yeah, I think it's an interesting business. Certainly one that probably isn't going to have a lot of competition. I could be wrong on that. But it just seems like there's too much going on here, and revenue is just too low. Your revenue per order is too low. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just way too wrong on this thing. But that is my first take on it. Next up, a direct-to-consumer and dealership aftermarket exclusive automotive parts. Okay. Listed by David Fairley of website properties.com. And we will start off with some market research, which I really don't care about, because you can find, great statistics for any industry. Every failing business, I'm sure, had, a great white paper to back it up, or a great business plan, or at least a great idea in someone's head. After over a decade of supporting the diesel automotive community, this company remains a premier diesel performance parts provider and a primary innovation center driving many aspects of diesel performance trends. Yeah, so it's something to do with diesel. This company offers trademarked brand aftermarket exclusive diesel performance and van upgrades, selling direct to consumers and dealerships. Products are purchased from vendors throughout North America and Europe, which the business has exclusive agreements. 80% of parts are stocked at a warehouse and 20% are shipped to supplier. The business has proven sales and profitability, high quality product lines, and longevity in the industry with a long track record. And solid credibility is an outstanding business opportunity. Okay. Cash flow in $500,000. They're asking 2.1 for it. So basically a little over 4x. Revenue, $4.4 million. All right. So the revenue's high relative to their cash flow. Their cash flow it's basically 8x their cash flow. And I think that's good. What is that? 8x? It just did 1 divided by 8. What is that on the margin? Probably like 15%, 12.5%. Well, that's not a record high margin. To me, that indicates that this business has some infrastructure and some meat and potatoes behind it. We otherwise don't know much about it. I'd love to know what percentage go to, direct to consumer and what percentage go to dealership. Maybe there's some opportunity to increase one of those channels. I do know that the diesel and kind of automotive passionate crowd is really into their upgrades, and they do spend a lot of money on it. This business seems like something I would like to learn more about. It's located in Eagle County, Colorado, which is not very far. Like, it's the next county over from where I'm at in Colorado right now. Maybe I'll have to pop in and say hi. It's home-based with 7 employees. I'm guessing they work remotely. Some of the company's advantages in this industry include more specialized, work closely with manufacturers to develop and upgrade the parts as the market adjusts, leader in the TDI market. I don't know what that is. No. I was thinking something like throttle injection, but no, I have no idea. Growth and expansion. With its established foundation, there are numerous opportunities to scale. Expanding using dealer portals, expanding current dealer networks, moving to a third-party warehousing. So they must have a warehouse somewhere. Obviously, they have a warehouse if they're not 3PLing it. This seems like an interesting business, and if you have experience in the direct-to-consumer markets, or maybe if you have a niche experience in automotive dealerships, there's some room to grow here. I'd also be curious to know how much relies on engineering intellect, right? Like, do you have to engineer and upgrade these parts to stay on the cutting edge? Next up from website closers here. Hair growth, hair care products brand, 16 proprietary formulas, B2B and D2C, e-commerce sales channels, Shopify and Amazon, growing subscriptions, recurring revenue. All right, so this is a long teaser here. Cash flowing 266. They're asking 2.4, so like a 10x multiple. Gross income, though, is $1 million. Why is that? Well, it's probably something to do with accrual versus cash accounting. Normally, you would see this in younger businesses, right? That's why I hesitated, because I saw this 2009. Usually, you would see these big discrepancies where the business is just getting off the ground or not very old, and the sales are not very stable annually, so they haven't been able to kind of catch up on their cash flow cycle to where they can start budgeting. And they're just growing and growing and growing, and they're spending money to earn sales and fulfill orders faster than the money is coming in, right? Because they're not cash flow, the sales cycle is not cash flow positive, which would tell me that they're selling a lot to wholesalers. Maybe I'm wrong on this whole thing, but yeah, they're definitely cash flow short. But if the gross income is correct, right? If that's the gross income and that's their cash flow, that means they've got an account receivable of $800,000, or it could mean that they're just growing so damn fast. But still, if they're growing that fast and fulfilling orders, maybe they stocked up on inventory. I don't know what the story is, but that is weird. I'm not going to go through this whole teaser. The products are manufactured in the US. They've got proprietary formulas. I don't know how valuable proprietary formulas are in the hair care products, because a lot of it is just branding. And then the revenue. What was the revenue? Where's revenue? Let's see if we can figure out what the revenue is in this thing. No, it doesn't actually say what their revenue is here. Or maybe the gross income. I'm thinking gross income, like in terms of taxes. Maybe that's their actual sales, and then they're cash flowing $266,000 on that. Still a 10x multiple. That seems incredibly high. If I were really interested in the hair care products market and the beauty niche, maybe I'd look at this and see what their justification is for a 10x multiple. It just seems unrealistic to me. Incredibly unrealistic on this one. And if I was interested in it and I wanted to come back with a 4 or 5x multiple, that's just going to be insultingly low at that asking price. I wouldn't expect them to take it anyway. So yeah, maybe that's what they go for in this niche, but I don't know enough about it. And I know in the broader online business world market, that is just way too high of a multiple to pay for this thing. What do we got now? We have something from Empire Flippers, niche information technology, monetization, display advertising. So that means this is a blog. It is profiting $2,279 a month, and they're asking $84,000 for it. So this is a little blog. This listing is for a display advertising business created in 2013 in the information and technologies niches. There are 2 WordPress sites that feature information and instructional guides related to a specific type of software. The sites drive primarily organic traffic. And traffic is spread nicely across multiple pages. The business has experienced recent traffic and revenue growth and requires minimal time to maintain. And then, we can tell it's from organic Google. I like that this business has been around for some time. Created in 2013, 8 years old. There could be some value here. I think that this might be a valuable thing. It depends. Well, I was going to say it depends on the status of their affiliate programs that they're promoting, but they're not. They're promoting display ads, or they're running display ads. So it's got information and instructional guides. This certainly seems interesting, and it seems stable, and I think there's a lot of room possibly to make information and instructional guides better. Maybe you improve what they have. If this thing was built in 2013, maybe they haven't done much work on it. Certainly, I think you could add a video component to it. I think if they had that, they would have mentioned it, right? Like, we have a YouTube channel, we have unique videos, but they don't have that mentioned. So in the realm of content websites, this thing seems rather interesting to me, especially at this multiple. The other thing I know too is specific type of software. Softwares generally have very, very, very good affiliate programs. It does not seem like they're promoting these. Traffic source or business earns its income through exotic display advertising. Possibly you could get into the affiliate programs for these products. I would be inclined to believe that this thing has been around for 8 years, that they've looked into doing it for the products they're already promoting, but maybe you could kind of get into some vertical or horizontal software spaces, or some comparisons, or some new software in the market, new softwares in the market that would have affiliate programs. I think there's some value here. I kind of like what I'm reading in that description. Next up, niche agriculture, monetization, drop shipping. Okay. Right from the topic here, or right from the headline, I like this one. Agriculture is not a digital marketing rich niche, and they're drop shipping. So they're profiting $3,857 on monthly revenue of $22,000. So that is probably about 15% margin, asking $154,000 for it. The listing is for a drop shipping business created in 2014 in the agriculture niche. The site, built on WordPress, monetized through ECWID, which I have no clue what that is. Let's just Google it. Looks like it's an e-commerce platform. But it also kind of looks like Instagram. Huh. Seems interesting. I don't know what it is, and I'm really not too into the e-commerce space. I actually owned an e-commerce business selling motorcycle parts from 2009 to 2012. But since then, I have not been active in following the e-commerce space. Seems interesting. 250 SKUs, which are custom-built products for a specific type of animal. The business has maintained steady year over year revenue and requires minimal time to maintain. Okay. So it's interesting. They've got supplier relationships, social media accounts. It's drop shipped. I like that. I'd be curious to, understand what the animal is and how big of a market this whole thing is. That's really it. Is this just such a small niche market that it's maxed out at $240,000 or $280,000 a year? If we did 12 times 22,000, is it that it? Or could this thing really grow? The business has 3 manufacturers located all in the US. Traffic comes from organic, direct, and referral. So they're not doing any paid advertising. I kind of like this listing here. Look at this. Sales just really spike up in April, but net profit is not too high. Yeah, so this seems like an interesting one. And our final listing that we have, another one in the information and technology niche, display advertising, Amazon Associates affiliates. Okay, $8,475 a month profit and $373,000 asking price. This one's, a bigger site than the other information and technology. The listing is for a display advertising, Amazon Associates, and Amazon affiliate business. Amazon Associates and affiliate business created in April 2020 in the information and technologies niches. The WordPress site features informational content and troubleshooting guides for tech devices. It has been featured in big media outlets, including the New York Times, Wired, VentureBeat, and CNET. Okay, maybe it has some good backlinks. The site has experienced strong year-over-year growth and has even spread. And it has an even spread of traffic among its highest pages and requires minimal effort. The top 3 sources for the site are organic, direct, and it's mostly organic. Seller has an in-house team of contracted writers, link builders, and content managers. And holy moose. So when I'm looking at this here, it all sounds straightforward. The listing summary is good, but it's only 2 years and 4 months old. I really don't like to buy online businesses, or I wouldn't have any interest in an online business that's not at least 5 years old, really. They'd have to be doing something amazing. They throw the term link builder in here. That means some link building's been done. I don't like non-organic links, and I really don't do any link building for the content website that I operate. The other thing I see here is just rapid growth over the last year, right? Like over the last year, just growing. All time. Yeah, I mean, we set that to all time. Like, look at that. The revenue's been earned in the last year. When I see this, I'm thinking, like, why sell now? And what my intuition and experience tells me is that whoever's behind this website knows that this type of thing does not last forever. They have an in-house team of contracted writers, link builders, and content managers, and they scaled this quickly. They have a lot of experience, and they know how to start these websites, create them, get them boosted up. But this type of growth is not sustainable, and I would even venture to say this revenue and profit is really not sustainable. You are really just one Google algorithm update away from taking a big, massive hit and going damn near back to zero. So for that reason, I would not be interested in this listing. And on that note, guys, that is all we have for this week here. Maybe next week I'll do another one, if not the following week after. As I said in the beginning, I try to do this weekly, but this summer it has just been kind of like whenever I feel like logging on and looking at online businesses when I have the time. So if you found this video helpful and insightful, be sure to let me know in the comments and hit that subscribe button, guys. And if you're interested in any of these videos, all you have to do is just kind of, Google this right here and then the brokerage name, or in the case of Biz Buy Sell, well, I guess you could just Google Biz Buy Sell, but if you just do a Google search for the headline, you can pull these right up. And if you're interested in them, make an inquiry. On that note, again, I hope you found it helpful and insightful. And if you did, be sure to let me know in the comments. I like hearing your feedback, and hit the subscribe button. I'm signing off on this one.